Story of Orpheus and Eurydice. In this myth, a man named Orpheus uses his legendary music skills to win the love of his life, Eurydice. After tragedy strikes, though, Orpheus goes where no living man has gone before in order to free his imprisoned wife. The place is the underworld. The only weapon he carries is his music.
Introduction. The gods and goddesses of Greece love music. They knew people loved it too. That's why one of their favorite muses was a man called Orpheus.
He was such a good singer and played his small harp so beautifully that people stopped whatever they were doing when they heard him. Animals stopped right in their tracks when they caught just one of the notes he played. Flowers and trees turned away from the sun if it meant they could hear his music. Even the rough seas were known to become calm at the sound of Orpheus' music making.
C1. Sound of joy and woe. But even famous musicians get lonely. One day Orpheus married one of his biggest fans, a beautiful woman named Eurydice.
The music must be just right for a wedding today. I'm sure whatever you play will be fantastic. For you, my dear, it has to be the best I've ever done.
And so they were married in a splendid, crowded festival. The bride and groom wore dazzling outfits. The food was delicious, and there was plenty of it, but the real treat of the day was the music.
Orpheus played such sweet love songs to his bride that all the wedding guests were filled with joy. Young guests fell in love with their date, if they weren't in love already. Older guests relieved how they felt in their wedding day.
No one wanted Orpheus to stop singing.
My voice is going. I'll be back after a short break.
No, don't stop. Just one more song, please.
No! Just 2 more songs! Other people in the room started shouting. Shoving matches even broke out over song selection. The once joyful crowd had become very grumpy indeed.
Darling, I can't stand this shouting and fighting. I'm going to get a breath of fresh air.
Good idea. Come back in a few minutes and I'll start playing again. That will quiet them all down.
Eurydice walked out onto a lovely grassy meadow near the festival. As she pushed through the tall grass to reach a nearby stream, she thought about how lucky she was to be married to Orpheus.
Suddenly, a horrible pain shot through her leg, as if she had been knifed in the bottom of her foot. It was only then Eurydice heard the terrible hissing sound and looked down to see a big, deadly snake pulling its head from her ear. Death was to take this beautiful, unlucky bride out of the deep, dark kingdom of slavery.
The snake pulled Eurydice down the snake hole. Down, 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 she went into the underworld.
Ah!
Eurydice fell right into Tantalus's pond.
Oh my! Where are you?
Ouch. Oh, I'm so sorry. Where am I?
Welcome to the underworld.
Very far off, Eurydice heard Orpheus' music being played to Tom.
Orpheus? No, I must be crazy.
Eurydice hoped it was Orpheus coming to save her.
Orpheus? That has to be him.
Then all of a sudden they hear stomp, stomp, stomp.
Who is talking to Tantalos?
Calm down.
Whoever is talking to Tantalos better not give him water or food.
Please, darling. Just calm down.
Okay, but if I hear Tantalos crying for joy, I will know somebody gave him food.
After Hades calmed down, he listened to Persephone's words.
Honey, please stop. Don't worry. Someone is coming to talk to you.
Fine, but who's visiting me? You know I don't like guests.
Persephone pointed to the door and they both look over to see Eurydice coming in.
I was killed on my wedding day.
Oh dear, but you seem so...
Oh dear, but you seem so young. What happened? Oh, a snake bit me and pulled me into the underworld. Long story.
Persephone pitied the young bride.
Ouch. What do you need? Eurydice, was it?
Yes, my name is Eurydice.
Well, what do you mean?
Hades was obviously impatient and wanted to hear what Eurydice wanted to say.
I would like to go back to the upper world to get married with Orpheus.
What?
Darling, please stop and think.
Hades didn't want to listen to Persephone.
I will not let you go to your dumb groom for a wedding.
Oh, don't you dare call Orpheus dumb, you ugly little...
Stop! Am I really that ugly?
Yes, definitely not.
For your information, I'm very handsome for many reasons.
Give me 5 reasons why you're handsome. Hi, you don't have any. Now let me go.
No. I need a servant so you can be my servant.
What?
Hey, that's my thing. Now, if you don't be my servant, I'll make sure your little groom has a surprise tomorrow morning.
No! Fine.
Yes. I mean, sure, okay. Now, where did Cerberus go?
If I was only back at the wedding with Orpheus.
Back at the party, Orpheus was wondering what happened to Eurydice.
Where's my lovely bride? I want to sing a song I wrote just for her. Oh, Orpheus, something terrible has happened.
Orpheus was born again told, going from the look of the guest face that something awful has happened to Eurydice. Scene 2. A dark trip.
For days and weeks, Orpheus mourned on the death of his bride. His sad songs brought tears to the eyes of everyone who lived within the sound of his playing. But then, one day, there was silence. Silence because Orpheus was thinking how he could see Eurydice once more.
I can't stand this. I can't live without Eurydice. I'm going to find her.
Find her? What do you mean?
I'm going to the underworld to bring her back.
Are you crazy? How are you going to fight Hades and all the spirits that help him rule the underworld?
I'll use my music to bring Eurydice back.
So Orpheus, armed only with his harp, set out to bring his bride back from the land of the dead. Went to a famous cave that led to the underworld and entered it. Down, down, down he traveled. The tunnel became darker and darker until he found to see the glimmer of a light.
He had come upon Chara, the boatman who carries the spirits of the dead across the poisonous river Styx into the kingdom of Hades.
Hello, I'm trying to get to Hades. Could you help me? Where is your gold coin? You mean there's a fee to get in?
Sure. Of course. Greeks put a gold coin under the tongue of those who have died. I'm the one who collects those coins. Now pay up.
But I'm not dead.
Sure, that's what they all say. You'll get used to it.
No, it's true. I'm a musician and I've come to take my wife back from the dead.
Forget about it. Do you know how much trouble I'd get in if Hades knew I let a living soul in his kingdom?
Maybe he'll make an exception.
No way. He's a very touchy guy.
Why?
He and his brothers Zeus and Poseidon loved to gamble. Once they were arguing over who controlled the different parts of the universe. So they decided to roll dice to settle the question. Zeus won big and got the heavens. Poseidon got the sea and the land. Hades, the big loser, got stuck with the underworld. He's been upset ever since.
John crossed his arms and wouldn't budge. After a few moments of tense silence, Orpheus took out his harp and began singing about a gently flowing river. The song charmed the crusty old boatman.
The song reminds me of when I was a young man, just starting out in the boat business. Well, come along then. I'll carry you across the river. I warn you, you won't get past Cerberus on the other side.
Cerberus?
That's the 3-headed dog that Hades keeps chained up at the entrance to his kingdom. He's got 3 sets of teeth to tear apart any trespassers.
Even before they got to the Spartan court, Orpheus could hear the fierce dog snarling at them. The dog's bark sounded 3 times meaner than the meanest dog in the upper world.
By the time John closed off on the shore, though, Orpheus knew rabbits full of forest.
The beast stopped growling and started wagging its tail. Orpheus calmly passed through the gate and into Hades' kingdom. When Orpheus walked by Cerberus, he gave Orpheus a lick, or really 3 licks and 3 tongues.
Well, welcome to Hades' kingdom. Can't believe you made it this far. Good luck. Good luck getting your work back. You're on your own now.
Please, wait a second. It's so broke here, I can barely see. Who are those people over there?
Those are fierce. People who have died and now just in the underworld. They displaced the gods during their lives. So Hades has put them right up front to make an example of them.
Who's that trying to move that huge rock?
His name is Sisyphus. Punishment is to push that rock up to the top of that steep hill. Getting that rock up there just once is no sweat. Listen to what Hades did to make it more difficult. Every time the rock gets near the top, it rolls back down and Sisyphus has to start all over again.
How long does he have to do that?
Only for forever.
Kind of a rocky job.
Yep. Ha, that's a bit of the underworld humor for you.
What about that guy over there, the one who's floating in that pond right under those beautiful trees?
That's Tantalus. Hades has made him always hungry and thirsty.
Why doesn't he just take a drink and grab a piece of food?
Watch. Every time he bends his head to take a sip of water, all the water disappears. When he reaches for an apple or a pear, the tree pulls their branches away.
Scene 2.5. Underworld disasters.
Hey, Sisyphus, you gotta be spirited in here.
It doesn't look dead to me.
That's because I'm not dead.
It was a really bad decision to get me alive, you know?
I only came down here to get my wife. It makes me feel sad that you don't think I should do that.
I can't believe that you came down. Oh, wait, not that. Yeah. I can't believe that you came in here just for your wife.
Yeah. Why did you come here just for your wife? Living people stay up there, and dead people stay down here.
Now I see why Hades punished you guys. You deserved it.
Eventually, they got into a huge argument, with Tantalus and Sisyphus having the attitude that they did, and Orpheus being angry enough, it was bound to be ugly. In the midst of it all, Charon heard the argument and started to make his way over.
Why are you down here anyway?
You brainless spirits. I told you the reason I came down here was to get my wife back. I guess neither of you were listening.
What? Wait a minute. She married my pond a couple of days ago. Why would you ever marry someone that ugly?
Hey, let's calm it down over here.
I hear music. I don't think that my music would help calm these two.
The fight kept going, that is, until the rumbling started.
Why is my boulder falling?
It's not falling. Wait. It is.
Where's my pond go?
I don't think that matters right now. Wait a minute. It can't be. It's Eurydice.
There's the pond and there's the boulder. We don't have time for conversation. Run!
Run!
As the pond and the boulder were in the air chasing them, a tidal wave came from the flying pond, and Hades appeared out of the mist from the pond. Eurydice and Orpheus were separated, and Tantalus and Sisyphus were ordered to get back to their positions. Hades made Sisyphus' mountain steeper and Tantalus' fruits sweeter.
Hey, boss, gotta get back to work.
Come on, your boots that way.
Thanks.
You little buggy musician. Sorry, aiming for the musician.
Curse you, Hades, you little...
Orpheus saw nothing but gray, and then he heard nothing but a rumbling sound that was taking him to Hades' throne.
Scene 3. Meeting the king. Orpheus was alone. Rumbling blew out. A great black storm cloud surrounded him. When the cloud cleared, Orpheus stood in chambers trying to throne of Hades and Persephone, the king and queen of the underworld.
What a rude spirit you are to come to my kingdom before I called you.
But I'm not a spirit. I'm still alive.
So you are. We can take care of that problem quite easily.
Hades raised his scepter and was about to cast some terrible spell on Orpheus when the musician cried out.
Please, Your Highness, I've just come for my wife. She was killed on her wedding day. It must have been a mistake.
A mistake? Does anybody ever tell my brother Zeus that he made a mistake? Do people come bothering my brother deciding for favors? No. How am I to deal with all the losers? Prepare for your fate.
Yes, Your Highness. First, let me sing you a song.
Then Orpheus performed the most beautiful song of his career. His heart made sweet music as he sang about his love for Eurydice, and he described her beauty. Sisyphus stopped rolling the ground and didn't hear when the boulder went crashing back. Tantalus forgot about his hunger and thirst.
Well,
The song pleased the king, though he didn't want anyone to notice.
musician, your song has entertained us. We don't get many road shows down here. I'm prepared to give you an easy punishment for the rest of eternity. Now, you'll have to swallow an ocean and...
No, Your Highness. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I want to bring Eurydice back to the land of the living.
Oh, you ungrateful little bug. Forget about the easy sentence I was going to give you.
Just then, Persephone spoke up. Her face was covered in dark veil, but Orpheus could tell she was beautiful. Her voice was strong but gentle.
Wait, dear. I know that song touched you. Please consider the human's request. Show everyone that you can be more merciful than your crude brothers Zeus and Poseidon.
They're quite crude, aren't they? Zeus throws thunderbolts all over when he gets angry. Poseidon causes typhoons and droughts sailors when he gets cranky.
What about letting Eurydice go?
But if I let one spirit go, all spirits will want to go back. We'd be rulers of an empty kingdom.
Make an exception this time. In the name of love?
Love?
It's not such a big word. You should know it. Remember how madly you loved me? You must have sent an arrow right to your heart.
Even Orpheus knew the story of how Persephone had become Hades' wife. Once, when Hades was spying on the upper world, he had fallen in love with Persephone. He kidnapped her and brought her home, enraging Persephone's mother, Demeter. Demeter, the goddess of farming, went on strike, refusing to allow any crops to grow until she got her daughter back.
He got so bad on earth that Zeus had to step in and make her peace. Persephone spent half the year with her mother and half the year with Hades. As a result, Greeks say, when Persephone stays with her mother, humans enjoy spring and summer. When her daughter is with Hades, Demeter shuts down all planting and harvesting, and earth moves into the seasons of fall and winter. Scene 4, for game.
Persephone's argument in defense of Orpheus won over the king.
Yes, my dear, you're right again. What does singer have his bride back? After all, everyone makes mistakes. Listen like this. You may have your bride back in one condition. You must not look at her until you both enter the light of the upper world. Is that clear?
Of course, great queen.
Then turn to start your journey home right now before I change my mind. Eurydice will walk right behind you, but remember, don't turn around.
Orpheus followed the king's order. When he, at first, he wondered if Hades had tricked him. Was there really anyone behind him? He was about to turn around to check when he heard light footsteps behind him.
He retraced his steps past Cerberus. The dog had never seen anyone except Persephone leave the underworld. Now he saw a human and a spirit leave together. He turned his 3 heads to the side and barked 3 times in confusion.
Then Orpheus had John, and unloaded the fresh boatload of spirits in the underworld. Orpheus walked right into the boat with Cat in front, leaving plenty of room for Eurydice to sit down behind him.
Return trips from the dead? Now I've seen everything. What's next? Tour groups?
By the time they reached the far shore, Orpheus was an actual king and the sea was wet. This trip is taking forever. I don't think I can stand it.
I think I'm not for the North Cape taking them back to the upper world. I think this line has really tricks on you.
I hope that he just gave me the right spirit. Or if there were two spirits named Lucy. Maybe I should just peek to make sure that they're no mistake. No, I'm going to keep my promise.
Higher and higher they climbed. With each step, Orpheus found it more difficult to keep from turning to look at the spirit behind her.
Lucy is the love of my life. Imagine what it will be like to hug her again. Kiss her. My loneliness will be ended.
Please arrive at the upper world. At the top of the cave. The journey was almost over.
I can't stand it any longer. We're just about there.
As he was just about to burst into the sunlight, Orpheus turned around just behind him. Still in the dark shadows of the cave, he saw his beautiful wife. She looked at him with loving eyes.
She was like a beautiful picture, but then suddenly the color began to dim, leaving only a black and white outline. And then the black line became fainter and fainter until they too were almost gone.
Wait, Eurydice, this is just a mistake. It was only a peek.
He tried to throw his arms around the fading image, but his arms passed through air, leaving the singer hugging only himself.
Desperately, Orpheus went back down the cave to try and enter the underworld once more. He played his spear for down at the old man again, but this time it didn't work.
Sorry. I'm under strict orders from the boss. He says he gave you and Eurydice a second chance. There are no third chances in the underworld.
Scene 5. The conclusion.
Alone and heartbroken, Orpheus made a long climb back to the upper world. When he arrived, he had no interest in music or anything else.
Gradually, Orpheus did start playing again. The quick of a mirror began to grow to so side. So everyone noticed that all his songs were now sad and lonely sounding.
It was sad and ending for the once happy musician, but it did have a bright side. For when it came time for Orpheus to cross over to the underworld for good, Charon gave him a free boat ride. Cerberus barked 3 times and wagged his tail, and most importantly, Orpheus was reunited with his beloved Eurydice, and they say his music made the sorrows of the underworld that much easier to bear for Sisyphus, Tantalus, and all the other spirits.
The end.